in saying that if you look at like what are humans' basic needs, and you get food and you get water and you get shelter and with fire. Okay, we get that. What's next? Well, generally speaking, it's understanding. It's that understanding, empathy, feeling like you fit in, or feeling like there's people out there for you. And when you don't have that, then there's something missing from the relationship. When I have somebody that doesn't understand me, or I feel this person doesn't understand me, that's not going to be a real long-term relationship. That's not going to be something that's going to stick. So the idea that you're spending your time asking questions, building relationship, asking questions, and digging into the prospective client's problems, or even the client's problems, and them talking and you listening and empathy and all that, that's going to drive the business, the relationship, the long term, versus solving, selling, convincing, telling, and that goes for networking, that goes for anything. So I think you're on a very strong path of your philosophy and methodology is very sound.
Yep. No, it's I have found that I get, I'm when I'm meeting with people, you can almost see the buildup of the momentum of the conversation, and you can sort of see if the person's engaged and excited. And if you don't start in a way that you're, following this path, I find you're going to get somebody who has a pretty bored look on their face, they're looking at their watch to see how much longer they got to sit there.
Yeah.
Politely excuse themselves after a half hour kind of thing.
Something that I've been doing, because I wrote a book on networking, and one of the things I mentioned is how much time I wasted and how brutal it was, because I was just so trying to outwork everybody. I was the last guy at the networking, cocktail party, and I was just everywhere. My wife was like, where are you every night? I'm like, I'm trying to make the business work, but again, totally inefficient and everything. So one of the things that I figured out, and I'll share this with you and I'll share this with people, and you're probably doing this, Matt, anyway, is the idea of setting expectations through the form of an agenda or game plan. So if I'm meeting with someone new, we can have a conversation and it can go well, or it could go off the rails completely. I'm sort of over that. Like, I'm sort of over the whatever happens mentality. I personally don't have time for that. And as a lawyer billing hours, I don't know how anyone has time for the risk of a meeting going off the rails. So I establish parameters and get buy-in from the other person so that we can have an engaging conversation, get to know each other, but it's sort of a loosely laid agenda or game plan. So I establish time, I set expectations, what the purpose is, and what are we trying to get out of this together? And when we agree on those things, then we're not worried about who's going to talk this much time or that much time. We're not worried about, how much I'm going to give or take. It's all sort of established at the beginning, and then we can go into this with our eyes open. And I just find that the meetings are much more fruitful, professional. And that doesn't work with everybody. I've talked to some people, and I'm with improvisers like you are, and nothing about California people, but they're surfing USA, baby. They just want to have fun and have it loose. And that's wonderful. I love the concept. I've just been down that path so many times that for me, it just doesn't work. And I need to have, it's not that I'm not building relationships either. I mean, that's a part of this meeting. However, if somebody wants to talk about their kids and their trip to Disney for 45 minutes, I'm probably going to kill myself, and nobody needs my blood on their hands. So these are things that I've learned. Or, let me show you a picture of my 27 cats. I mean, these things happen, right? So we have to. So I'm just trying to do a little time protection, but it benefits both parties going in with our eyes open. Have you found that to be, or something? Have you do something similar to that, or do you find that you going into it, we're just kind of hoping for the best?